What is up, everybody? Welcome to the third and final part of where you should do your Slayer tasks and why. If you have found yourself watching this video, it is probably because you're wondering where you should do your Slayer tasks. I have covered 16 other NPCs in this series, 8 per episode, so if you missed part 1 and part 2, you can find the links to those videos in the description below. In this third and final part, I will obviously be covering 8 more NPCs, and those NPCs are going to be Greater Demons, Hellhounds, Jellies, NECHRYAELS, Red Dragons, Spiritual Creatures, Trolls, and the TZHAAR. And without further ado, we will go ahead and jump right into the Greater Demons. Now, the Greater Demons do have a couple locations that they can be killed, and where you kill them is going to depend on what you're looking for. The first location I'm going to start off with is the Catacombs of Kourend. The Catacombs of Kourend is a multi-combat zone, and the Greater Demons you'll find here are a little bit stronger than the rest of those found around RuneScape. Now, if you're going to kill the Greater Demons in the Catacombs, you're probably looking for experience in specific skills such as attack, strength, or defense. Now, because they are pretty strong, you will have to play melee here, but it is a very good place to get some experience in one of those specific melee skills. And you can also train ranged here. If you stand at the bottom of the steps on the side where the NECHRYAELS are, they will safe spot from there. The next location is going to be in the Chasm of Fire. The Chasm of Fire is also located in Kourend, but the difference here is you can set up a cannon in the Chasm of Fire, making your tasks very quick. So if you're looking for very fast Slayer XP and you just want to get that Greater Demon task out of the way, you're going to want to head to the Chasm of Fire. Next up is going to be the Hellhounds. Now, the Hellhounds can be killed in 3 different locations. First location I'm going to talk about is once again in the Catacombs of Kourend. In the Catacombs of Kourend, the Hellhounds are once again in a multi-combat zone, so it is a very AFK-able task. So if you're looking for something else to do while you do some Slayer, like maybe watch a Netflix series, the Catacombs of Kourend is definitely going to be where you're going to want to do your Hellhounds tasks. The next location is going to be in the Stronghold Slayer Cave. The Stronghold Slayer Cave is located in the Gnome Stronghold, and in this cave you can set up a cannon. So obviously with the cannon, your Slayer task is going to be a lot faster, and you're going to get experience a whole lot faster than you would in the Catacombs of Kourend. Last place is going to be in the Taverley Dungeon. Now, there are a few spawns here, but I don't recommend killing the normal Hellhounds here. If you have a Slayer level of 91 or higher, Cerberus, the Hellhound boss, is also located in the Taverley Dungeon. If you're looking for a lot of money and to spend a lot of time on a Hellhound task, you're definitely going to want to head over to Cerberus. Next NPC on my list is going to be the Jellies. Now, this task is very often skipped by a lot of people. Most people tend to forget that there are jellies in the Catacombs of Kourend, and these aren't normal jellies, they are warped jellies. They are a lot stronger, but they also do have a better drop table than their normal counterpart that is located in the Relica Slayer Cave. The jellies here are located in 2 different locations, which you can see on the map. If you're looking to get some experience from a task, I definitely suggest killing the jellies. They do have a high amount of HP, a decently low defense level, and can grant you a decent amount of experience per hour. They do drop rune full helms, rune kite shields, and a decent amount of chaos runes. So if you don't have the Slayer points to cancel a jelly task, I'd suggest you come to the Catacombs and kill them here. You will have to pray melee. Next up is going to be the NECHRYAELS. The NECHRYAELS can also be found in 2 locations, and depending on what you're looking for out of your task is going to be the variation of NECHRYAEL that you're going to want to kill. I'm going to start off with the NECHRYAELS located in the Mauritania Slayer Tower. If you have a NECHRYAEL task and you're looking for a decent amount of money, you're going to want to head over to the basement of the Mauritania Slayer Tower, because you can only kill NECHRYAELS down here on task. It's generally not very crowded, and if you do the normal NECHRYAELS, you can see all the way up to 600,000 GP per hour. On the flip side, if you are looking for a decent amount of magic XP, you're going to want to head over to the Catacombs of Kourend. Catacombs of Kourend is a multi-combat zone, as I said earlier. You can group up the NECHRYAELS and barrage or burst them for a very fast Slayer task and a lot of magic experience. Next NPC I'm going to cover is going to be the Red Dragons. Now, the Red Dragons actually is an unlock task from Neve or Steve and Duradel. You have to pay some Slayer points to be able to be assigned Red Dragons. I suggest that if you are unlocking this task, you're obviously looking for a little bit more money out of your Slayer tasks. So if you do have this task unlocked, I suggest you kill them in the Catacombs of Kourend. In the Catacombs of Kourend, you have the brutal red dragons, which drop 2 hides and 1 set of bones per kill. They also drop a fair amount of different loot, which will add up over time. If you're going to kill these dragons here, I suggest having a range level of 90 or higher when using a toxic blowpipe, or level 80 or higher when using a Dragon Hunter crossbow. I will also mention that if you have Dragon Slayer 2 done, you can also kill red dragons in the Myths Guild basement, which is very close to a bank. So if you do have the task unlocked and you're looking to get this task done quickly, you're going to want to head over to the Myths Guild because of how close it is to a bank. Now the next Slayer task that I'm going to cover is going to be the spiritual creatures. Now it seems to me that a lot of people really hate this task because of the spiritual rangers. They drop absolutely nothing. So if you get assigned these before level 68 Slayer, then I suggest you go ahead and skip it, but don't block it because it can be a profitable task. At level 68 Slayer you can kill the spiritual warriors, and these drop a decent amount of rune items, which are halberds, kite shields, and longswords, and they also drop a lot of items that can be alked. Now once you hit level 83 Slayer, you have access to the spiritual mages, which can be a very profitable task seeing as how they drop dragon boots. Now I suggest that you kill these in the Zamorak part of the God Wars dungeon because these are the weakest spiritual creatures in all of the God Wars dungeons. The spiritual mages only have 75 hit points, and if you're of a higher combat level, you can usually 2 or 3 hit them all the time. Dragon boots have been climbing in price recently at the time of this video, so I really do suggest that spiritual creatures, if you are level 83 Slayer, be killed in the Zamorak part of the God Wars dungeon for a very quick task and to make a decent amount of money if you get lucky with dragon boot drops. The next NPC that I'm going to cover is going to be the trolls. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this, one for a very fast task and a lot of XP, and the other is a lot of XP but a somewhat slower task. Both locations you can still use a cannon. First location, at Death Plateau, there are going to be trolls up here that are mountain trolls, and they're all around level 69 combat. You can set up a cannon here, and depending on where you set it up is what you're going to aggro. Now up to the north of this, there are thrower trolls which use ranged attacks, and near the middle and the south are the regular mountain trolls that only use melee attacks. I suggest if you're going to do this task for fast XP and fast points, you set up your cannon farther to the south and cannon away. This task should only take you between 20 and 30 minutes. The next location is going to be in Jatizo. Here in Jatizo, there are ice trolls. They are quite a bit stronger than the mountain trolls located on Death Plateau, but you can still set up a cannon in this location. Now, even if you don't want a cannon, you can make a decent amount of money here as they do drop a decent amount of rune items and some seeds, along with some other stuff here and there. But you will have to watch out and make sure that you are using overhead prayers because they can hit a lot and very frequently. So, quick recap, if you're looking for a very fast task for XP and points, you're going to want to head to Death Plateau. And if you're looking for a little bit slower of a task and some loot, you're going to want to head over to Jatizo for the ice trolls. And the last NPC that I am going to talk about is going to be the TZHAARs. Now the TZHAARs that I'm going to talk about are located in Mor Ul Rek, which is the place where the Inferno is located. Now in order to enter this place, you are going to have to show the gate person a fire cape. If you do not have a fire cape, you will not be able to enter here. It should also be noted that to be assigned TZHAARs as a task, you will also have to pay some points to unlock it from Duradel, Neve, and Steve. Now I suggest coming over here to kill these TZHAARs because they do drop quite a bit more items than the regular TZHAARs in the normal area. The TZHAARs over here have the chance of dropping the obsidian helmet, plate body, and plate legs, which are worth quite a bit of money. Now these are pretty strong and they will do a lot of damage, so you are going to have to use protect from melee here. If you do decide to kill these and you have a Darok set handy, they can go down pretty quickly while you're 1 HPing with Darok. They are also a very good source of strength XP when you are using Daroks. And there you have it, everybody. That is 8 more NPCs that I have covered for the Slayer skill, where you should kill them and why you should kill them in those locations. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this little mini series, and I hope it has helped any of you new Slayers out if you are unsure of where to kill different NPCs. So as usual guys, please go ahead and tap that subscribe button on your way out if you have not done so yet. All of your subscribes really mean a lot to me. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up down below. They really help the video spread around, and if you have any questions or comments, you can also leave those down below. If you so choose, please head on over to my Patreon channel where you can become a Patreon to help support my channel. Until next time guys, I will see y'all later. Take it easy.